One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Dr. Balle, could you tell me if there's really a difference in how a lean company looks at respect than, let's say, another well-managed company?
Certainly, Joe. I think that respect in lean has a very specific sense, and it's not so easy to grasp, but very, very practically, the first thing about respect is that showing people that you listen to what they have to say. Everybody in the company must feel that they're listened to and their opinions matter. And I think this is very, very important for people to be engaged in what they do and involved with the company, the feeling that their opinions matter. So that would be the first part of respect, is how do we show people that their opinions matter? I think that more deeply, when we look at the notion of respect, what I'd say is that it's about the fact that people have a right to succeed. I know it's surprising, not a duty to succeed, but a right to succeed. How do we make sure that people succeed? So what does succeed mean is, first, in a very pragmatic way, how do we make sure that they succeed every day, that they come home and they feel that they had a successful day? Unfortunately, I know many companies where the feeling was, for particularly people on the value end of things, was that they failed yesterday and they're failing today, and they'll probably fail tomorrow, and that's a terrible feeling. So how do you construct days where people feel they've succeeded? And the second part of the success issue is, how do we construct careers so people feel they succeed? And so how do we build it step by step so people have a right to progress in their career? So if I had to, there are many, many aspects of respect, but if I had to sum it up to three things in terms of pragmatic terms, what we try to do with people is, first, how do we make them feel that their opinions are listened to? And this is part of the whole problems first. Come to us with anything you have. We'll listen. Listening doesn't necessarily mean agreeing to everything. Understanding doesn't mean agreement, but we will listen and make a true effort to see your point of view. And secondly, how do we build a company in which everybody can succeed every day and everybody can succeed in their career? So I think that, as opposed to a vague definition of respect, this is very specific. And it's very different from many things we hear. Certainly, it doesn't necessarily mean being polite or being very nice. One of the comments we make is win-win doesn't necessarily mean nice. Sometimes we can disagree and have a very serious disagreements. But within the notion of respect is that we know that we want to get out of this with the best solution for everybody involved.
I think it's interesting when people do respect each other, there seems to be sometimes more arguments that take place around the table, doesn't there?
Actually, certainly. Actually, yes, you're totally right. You do see this happening. I think it's all about trust. The notion of mutual trust. What happens is that, how do you build this mutual trust? Mutual trust is built on wins. When you've been to the front with someone you know and you've cracked a difficult problem and you had different perspective, but you still reach some sort of a solution, you build trust. So trust is a matter of building these small mutual wins. And as people trust each other, they become more open. And they become, as they're more open, they're less careful in terms of their positions. And sometimes, yes, differences do emerge. One thing I would like to say is that in many cases, when you get people together to so-called teamwork, because they don't trust each other, all they share is what they already know in common. That's a safe topic. The silliest example would be talking about the weather. We all can see what the weather is like. So, we've been so lucky with the weather and it's so pleasant today. Yeah, sure, everybody knows that. But where teamwork and knowledge really clicks together is when people start sharing the unique things they know from their perspective or their experience or their information that nobody else has known. And this is when two things happen. First, you need trust to do so, because if not, why would you open yourself that way? Secondly, we're always surprised that when people share the things only they know, this leads to sometimes disagreement or surprise, or it's difficult to handle. But this is exactly where we want to be in terms of real teamwork. That when people come together, they don't reaffirm the things they already know, they already have in common, but that they actually share the judgment and the experience that is unique to them, and that they put this on the table and bring it to the party.